But there have been a lot of things going on today.
It's been absolutely insane.
The NBA free agency and trades and pre-contracts and everything have opened up. The first trade, I think, that kind of broke the news was DeJounte Murray got traded from the Hawks to New Orleans. Bunch of first-round picks. I don't know if you saw that one. DeJounte Murray was also obviously a stud at the Spurs.
Yep.
Came to Atlanta. It just didn't work. 2-point guard system with Trae Young. Didn't work. They moved on. They got some first-rounders. They got Larry Nance, E.J. Little, and Liddell, and Dyson Daniels. Not a bad return. If Zion stays healthy, could be amazing. If they keep Brandon Ingram, who sounds like he's going to the Kings, could be a crazy team. But it doesn't sound like they're going to keep them all together.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Suns made a couple moves. They kept Royce O'Neal and Bol. They don't really have a choice. They don't have any money.
Yeah.
with Durant and Booker and everyone else, they're kind of screwed. And who's the other one they have? They have Brandon. No, who's the one on the Wizards forever? Why can't I think of his name? I can picture him.
I can think of their Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal, not Brandon Beal. Bradley Beal.
I had Grayson Allen. What a guy.
Grayson Allen is a goat, and they overpaid for him, but he's actually pretty good for that team. And then obviously the Knicks brought in another Villanova guy. They literally are rebuilding Villanova on the New York Knicks with Mikal Bridges.
Might as well.
Great pick. I think it really puts them at a contender in the East with the Celtics. They keep OG Anunoby for a lot of money. And then kind of the big deals happen.
So many.
There were so many. The Raptors they re-signed Barnes to a multi-year deal.
Harrison Barnes?
No, Harrison Barnes.
It's
now you have me thinking of who it is. Who the Raptors re-signed? It was golly, now you're blanking my head. No, it's not Harrison Barnes.
I know, I'm just curious now.
Where Harrison Barnes is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if he's on the league. Oh, interesting. But I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yes, you do, because that's not my one news.
I know Valanciunas left.
That was years ago, Sam. What are you talking about?
Dude, my NBA knowledge.
Bruce Brown signed. Emmanuel Quickley signed. Who's their big guy?
I don't know.
Wasn't McDaniels. Why can't I think of who they... Wow. Someone just signed a big deal for them, and now I'm blanking on it. They just re-signed... I want to say
Let's see. Garrett Temple?
No. It was Scotty Barnes.
Oh,
that's what I'm looking for. I'm like, I know it was Barnes. Yeah. He just got signed. Florida State kid. He said the Pacers kept Siakam, which I love. I think that team was a lot of fun last year. I think another roundabout. Bam Adebayo signed a big deal with South Beach. He's staying there. Chris Paul got waived and signed with the Spurs, supposedly. I don't know if he actually is officially signed.
That's what I was wondering.
It was rumored that he was going to sign a 2-year deal.
I think it was, but I don't know for sure.
That could be crazy.
It was 1 year, $11 million.
Yeah, and that could be crazy. I think him with Wemby could be wild. Harden looks like he's staying in LA with the Clippers.
2 years, $70 million.
Which
overpaid.
Yeah, and which is crazy because that means Paul George is now gone, which is massive.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to the 76ers, which makes them look really good in the East. They re-signed. They have Embiid. They re-signed. It's not quickly. It's
it was Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey to a huge deal.
So a max deal.
5-year deal. Yeah. And then obviously the big news today, besides Tatum becoming the richest player in NBA history, which isn't shocking as a 26-year-old, he's a superstar. Klay Thompson has left the Warriors for the Mavericks. I love it. I think it helps the Mavericks a lot if Klay can stay healthy. He's a good 3-and-D guy. Might be one of the best of all time when he's healthy. But the biggest question to me for you now with all these things going on, what do you think the Warriors do?
I was wondering about that because I know I don't know if Harrison Barnes, or not. Sorry, not Harrison Barnes. I don't know why it's on my mind now. 23. What is his name? Why can I not
think
of
what team?
Those Warriors.
Draymond Green.
Yeah, there we go. He's obviously getting old, and he's not what he once was.
Well, he said on a podcast, I don't know if it was his, but he said that he wants to still go to a team and contribute. He doesn't want to take a veteran minimum, sit on the bench, and win a championship. Because I've won enough rings, I want to still play. I have a year or two left in me.
Yeah.
I think he goes to the Lakers.
Yeah, I would kind of be shocked if he stays. I think they're going to keep Steph.
They want Steph to stay and retire there as a full-time Warrior. I think Steph, if they are bad this year, he's on the trade block.
I don't know.
I think they have to be willing to. if he asks for it.
Yeah,
You have to be willing to listen.
I think they had a good draft pick last year, if I remember.
They're an interesting roster. They don't have.
I mean, they lost Chris Paul, but I don't even think that really
that doesn't
worked.
matter.
So,
but like you have,
and Klay hasn't been as good as he was.
No, not at all. But again, it's like who do you? You have to go sign someone. Like, what do you try to make a trade?
They're an interesting team, honestly. They do have Wiggins. So Wiggins is probably the only person that is still like besides Curry, is still a good player. I mean, Looney's nothing.
You have Gary Payton. You have Kuminga, who's good.
Yeah.
Brandon Podezski was good last year. Kevon Looney's still there, but they
don't have
Dario Saric is like your main big.
Anything.
No, they're kind of a weird team, and unless they really start to add, I don't think that they're even a contender.
No, I think if their like high ceiling would be like the last team in the playoffs.
Yeah, they could be a play-in team. I'm just more curious on what they do because there's not a lot of like there are free agents out there. I mean, you could like trade for like a DeMar DeRozan, but I don't know who they're going to trade. Like
I think the Lakers are the big rumor with him right now.
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me. He's an LA guy. The Lakers need some help.
Well, LeBron's running the show, so
that's true. Well, and it sounds like LeBron. He declined his giant option.
Yeah, 2 years, $100 million.
He has said that he is going to take a pay cut, which is like, oh my gosh, that's
I'll take
crazy.
$43 million.
You should have taken it. Yeah, you should have taken a pay cut 10 years ago when you got your $1 billion deal from Nike, bro. Like you could have been winning rings, but you had to somehow make money at the NBA level, and I don't understand that. When you make so much money from your endorsements. I think that you still have like Kyle Lowry's out there. There's names out there, but I don't know. I don't know what they want to do because I'm still looking at this. If you look at, oh wow, this is from a long time ago. Why am I looking at like Carmelo Anthony, 2022 free agent tracker? That's
not great.
That is not what I was looking for, guys.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
The other big rumor is Westbrook did re-sign with the Clippers, but he's supposedly going to the Nuggets.
Yep, which I wouldn't blame him because they did not keep KCP. Continuous
he went to the Magic.
Here we go. This is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, Magic for 3 years and $66 million.
So like free agent wise, who's still available? Technically, you have LeBron, Gordon Hayward, Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan. They have bird rights on him. Buddy Hield, Evan Fournier, Gary Trent Jr., Marco Fultz.
What's his face? The guy that used to be good, Gordon Hayward. Did you say him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Oklahoma City is not going to keep him because it's $30 million. They're not going to sign him.
Yeah, no.
There's just a bunch of Mikal Beasley, Tyus Jones, Luke Kennard, Doug McDermott, Gary Harris, Robert Covington. There's still some good names out there. Yeah, it's just whether or not who wants to sign them. And I just don't like. To me, the Warriors can't build a team out of this. That's going to be a contender.
No.
I know Steph's unreal. I'm not denying that. But Steph can't do it on his own. The reason Steph won so many rings is because he had Klay Thompson
so nice.
and Gordon and Draymond Green and Kevin Durant, and he had players around him. Now, can Steph make the playoffs by himself? Yes, 100%. Can he win a ring by himself? No. LeBron couldn't do it. No one can do it. It's impossible. You can't literally be a one-man show.
Yeah.
Unless you're a tennis player or whatever, then you can obviously be a one-man show because that's tennis. But it's not an individual sport. I don't know what they're going to do. But there's been a lot. I mean, you can go through this. There's been like 41 total or something more than that, total things that have gone on. Andre Drummond's going to, I don't know, you just going to the Knicks, I think. No, the Philadelphia.
The Sixers.
Like Drew Eubanks is going, like that's a big pickup for Utah, like that. The Clippers brought in Batum again. There's all these things that are just going on. Anunoby stays. Paul George goes. Tyrese Maxey stays. Siakam stays. Quickly stays. Nick Claxton stays. Patrick Williams is staying. Isaiah Hartenstein. So is that actual? I don't know if that actually dropped or not. Because if he left Hartenstein, if he left the Knicks for Oklahoma City, that's a great pickup. Yeah, he does sign with the Thunder. Wow. The Knicks are going to miss it. The Thunder are going to be really good next year.
And they got Caruso, who's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty
great
good player.
defender. I don't know what they signed him for. I wonder what they... Well, I guess that this thing would be right then, this tracker. That's actually a huge... I'm a fan of that. No, they gave him 3 years, $87 million. There's so much money in the world. It's insane. I think that the Warriors are at the moment where they have to think very heavily on moving Steph. I don't know if they will out of the respect for the program or whatever for the organization, but I think that they are getting close to.
Yeah,
the West is so stacked too. Like you can't just tell me that. Oh yeah, they're going to be a contender in the West. Like if I go through the West right now, I could probably name every team better than them, and there's a lot of them. I think. Whoa, Bing! Stop giving me a panda bear. I just want the standings. I don't need a panda. Thank you. I want everything. So if you go through this if I just go through this, Oklahoma City's way better. Denver's way better. Minnesota, way better. The Clippers, they've gotten worse, but I still say they would be. If Kawhi and James Harden are healthy, I still think they're better.
Team, yeah.
Dallas, definitely better. Phoenix, definitely better. I know they had a bad year this year. Pelicans, it'll be interesting to see what they do with Brandon Ingram, but even without, I still think they are better.
Yep.
The Lakers are better. The Kings are way better. I think they underperformed so much last year. The Rockets, they're young. They could be good, but I think they're about the same level. The Jazz, I think, are worse. Memphis, I think, is better. The Spurs, I think, are going to be better this next year. I don't think they're better as of last year. So I think right now Golden State is like with the Jazz, the Blazers, and Houston in the bottom four. I mean, obviously they only have to get 10 out of 15 to make the playoffs, but
it's not great.
I think Utah could be better. I think Memphis will be better with Ja. Houston looks like they're going to be a better team. Everyone above them right now, I think, is better, maybe besides the Pelicans if they aren't healthy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, honestly, like, even with the Clippers, yeah, you lose Paul George, which sucks, but you just throw Kawhi on Steph, and that's...
Yeah.
I mean, Steph's still going to get 25, 30, but...
It's like they were almost like too star-studded. They're like too many guys that needed the ball, almost.
Yeah, kind of. I could agree with that. But I don't know. And then, like, the East, I think, is interesting because Boston obviously kept theirs. The Knicks bring in Mikal Bridges, lose Hartenstein. I still think they're a good team. The Bucks, I think, had a down year last year. The Cavs are looking for a new coach. I don't even know if they've signed one yet or not. I haven't followed it that close. The Magic look like they're going to be a fun team.
Yeah, they should be better. And they were pretty good last year.
Yep.
So.
And they still need to bring back Fultz, I think, is a big one. I think they do need to bring him back. They did pick up KCP, though.
Yep.
Pacers, fun team. I think they're going to be better with another year under their belt. 76ers underperformed so much last year at 7th. They're going to be better. The Heat, good team. Bulls, I think, are going to fall apart. Hawks, I don't know. I think Trae Young gets traded.
Yeah.
Don't know where. Nets are going to suck. Toronto, don't know. Hornets, don't know. Washington, don't know. Detroit's going to suck because they're Detroit. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of things. I think, obviously, I still think my favorites, like super early right now, Boston, Denver. I think those are my favorites.
I don't think anything much changes.
And I think, if Denver can pick up a Russell Westbrook, good depth piece, I think Denver has a bunch of good players.
Thanks for watching the Kind of Athletic podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe on all of our social medias, and we will see you next week.